If there's ever been a time when I felt like I was losing hope in humanity, it would have had to have been during these last few months. I cannot believe some of the things I'm seeing people say. The most illogical, ridiculous things. Some of the messages people are sending, the things they're encouraging, is unbelievable. So, to those of you who are not aware, which I'm sure many of you are, recently there has been a lot of females coming out on social media, mainly Twitter, sharing their stories, their experiences with being sexually assaulted, raped, and other forms of abuse. I've also seen some men share their stories as well, but it's mostly been women. Now, here's the thing. Rape, sexual assault, not good. Not good. 99.9% of people would agree. These are terrible things. These are terrible things. These are acts of evil. And if you've been through this, if you've experienced this, well, to put it blunt, that sucks. It really sucks. But this is the reason I'm making this video. Because over the last several days, as women have been coming out sharing their stories, cancel culture has been in full effect. People are getting canceled left and right because of these serious accusations. The message that is being spread, that is being encouraged, is that we should believe these women. We should believe the victims, despite there being any substantiating evidence or proof to back up their serious claims. I mean, this is a serious matter. We're calling people out for sexual assault, for rape. We're calling people rapists. I think evidence, proof, is kind of important. Just a tiny bit. To those of you who feel we should just believe these allegations without any form of evidence, y'all are the ones being insensitive. You're the ones not taking this serious at all. Like, what is this, a fucking game to you? Just believe? Just believe them? Are you fucking kidding me? People are being accused of rape, and I'm supposed to just believe these people are rapists without any receipts? You gotta be out of your goddamn mind. Now, let me make it real clear. I'm sure some of these stories are completely true. I'm sure some are fabricated. And I'm sure there's others which are a little of both. Maybe someone had a little too much to drink and their memory's a little foggy and they don't remember exactly what happened and how it happened. Those are all very real possibilities. Are you saying that all these victims' stories might not be 1000% accurate? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. People don't always spread the truth, okay? Again, I'm sure some of these stories are very real. These women have actually experienced these things. And if that's the case, that's terrible. But it's also very possible that some of these stories can be fabricated. Some of these stories could have been formed from a lack of memory. I mean, in some of these stories I've read from these women, they describe how they were drinking that night and they don't remember all the details. And I just don't feel like it's appropriate to be crucifying people, destroying their careers, canceling them off of accusations without any evidence to back them up. That is insanity to me. I see some people saying, oh, what's wrong with you asking for proof? You shouldn't be asking for evidence at a time like this. These women told their stories. They were brave, and we must believe them. And again, I am not being insensitive to this. Some of these stories could be completely real and accurate, and others could be filled with fabricated lies. But when it comes to proof to back up these very serious claims, this is my take on it. I don't think you need proof to believe someone. If you want to believe someone, that is fine. Go ahead and believe them. Like, if a friend came to me and swore that something happened, but they didn't have any proof to back it up, but they were telling me, I swear to God, I am telling you the truth, I might believe them. Even though they don't have any evidence to back up their claims. But the reason proof is so important in a situation like this is because there are some serious accusations being made against people. We're accusing people of rape. And yeah, I think there needs to be evidence to back up these serious claims before we degrade and cancel these people. Now, I completely understand that proof, evidence, is not something easy to gather when it comes to something like this. Sexual abuse, rape. Not all victims of these things are gonna have DMs that they can screenshot or video evidence to back up their claims. No, I understand that. But even with that considered, we still shouldn't be holding people accountable for something they may not have done at all. I mean, at this point, I've seen a good amount of men get accused of these things and deny it. They claim this is false information. And at that point, it's the victim's story versus the accused story. He said, she said. And hey, someone's got to be lying. And we may never know who that person is. We may never know the truth. And that's unfortunate. But when you don't have the evidence, when we don't know the truth, you can't just point the finger at someone. I mean, you can, and people do it, but it's wrong. People are so quick to jump to conclusions. Some people really feel you're guilty until proven innocent. It's insanity. And speaking of guilty until proven innocent, I want you guys to take a look real quick at one of Summit's tweets from the other day. Some of you have probably already seen it, but let's look at it now. Summit put out a tweet saying, "Innocent until proven guilty, unless it's the internet where we do things backwards." So obviously what he's saying is the rule has always been innocent until proven guilty. That's the way it should be. But on the internet, we do things backwards. On the internet, if you get accused, people automatically assume you're guilty and you need to prove your innocence. Now, Summit was completely right. There was nothing wrong with that tweet at all. Any sensible person could see that. And yet, a lot of people had a problem with it. Or did they? Like, let's take a look at this little conversation between Cream and Summit. So Summit puts out that tweet, innocent until proven guilty unless it's the internet where we do things backwards. And then Cream replies, "Dude, I know some of the women this happened to. You should have kept this shit in the drafts." Let's go. Huh? What? And then the Summit replies with, "What are you talking about?" Exactly. What the fuck was he talking about? And Summit goes on to say, "What if I knew a dude who was falsely accused with no evidence defending himself? It's just cool he's canceled?" Summit makes a great point. It should not be okay to cancel someone with no evidence. They could be falsely accused and still get canceled. That's a problem. Then Cream goes on to say, "Be specific then, man. Come on, you don't just drop a statement like that, generalizing everything. Educate your audience on how to properly research before jumping on the hate train." The hate train? What? What is this guy talking about? What the fuck did he read? Did he reply to the wrong tweet? Do people see words differently? Summit said, "Innocent until proven guilty, unless it's the internet where we do things backwards." What is this Cream guy talking about? I honestly, that might be a thing. People might see words differently. He might have read that tweet as, "Rape is good, I encourage it." You would have thought that's what Summit said with some of the replies he got. So then Summit replies saying, "The hate train? Brother, you're on that train." Then Cream says, "How am I on it, man? I'm here trying to be a friend and say that was a bad tweet. If you want, I could not give a shit and let you wallow in what you stirred up on your own if that's what you'd prefer. And then Summit says, I'd prefer you understand there's 2 and 3 sides to every individual situation. Just blanket believing everything is dangerous. Facts. Facts. How can anyone have a problem with that? You support blanket believing? With no evidence? Bro, if that's you, man, you need to do some serious self-evaluation and ask yourself, why is it that I feel it's acceptable to destroy a man's life over what could very well be a false accusation? Then finally, Cream replies, dude, no one is saying to not listen to all sides. I've preached to my audience every day to do their research before crucifying anyone. Whoever actually lies during these moments is a terrible person, ruining it for the rest and should be held accountable. And then I just absolutely love this reply to Cream by a guy who goes by the name of SSJ Prinny. He said, you've proven you're in outrage mode by completely misreading his original tweet, which is something you 100% agree with. LOL. In Cream's final reply, he says, dude, no one is saying not to listen to all sides. Which, there's clearly people not listening to all sides because they jump the gun and immediately start sending hate to those being accused without any evidence. Without the man being accused telling his side of the story. There have been tons of people who read these stories from these women and they automatically believe it. Whether there's evidence or not, they believe the women and immediately want to cancel the man being accused. Sexual assault is wrong. It's a terrible thing. But so are false accusations. So is believing something this serious without any evidence to back up the claims. But yeah, Cream says, dude, no one is saying not to listen to all sides. Which is exactly what Summit was getting at. We should hear all sides before forming an opinion on such a serious matter. So Cream actually agreed with Summit. They both agreed. And you know, something I've talked about in a couple of my past videos is there are times where you'll have 2 sides on a particular matter. But those 2 sides, they actually agree. They agree. But there needs to be conflict. One person wants there to be conflict, which is the case here. Cream and Summit, they're on the same fucking page. They are on the same page. Sexual assault is terrible. But we should also hear all sides of the story. They both agreed, but yet Cream had to reply saying, dude, I know some of the women this happened to. You should have kept this shit in the drafts. Even though Cream feels the same way as Summit's initial tweet, because Cream later on says, dude, no one is saying not to listen to all sides. He says, I've preached to my audience every day to do their research before crucifying anyone. That's what fucking Summit was saying. It's ridiculous, man. People want to argue. They want to fight. Even if they fucking agree, they're going to find something to fight about, even if it makes no fucking sense. And then there was this other reply that stood out to me to Summit's tweet, where this guy says, oof, this ain't it, Summit. Innocent until proven guilty is a given. But if that's your knee-jerk reaction, instead of supporting and advocating for women who have been sexually abused, you're not taking the right approach. Yeah, I don't think it's a knee-jerk reaction when people are actually being fucking canceled. People are getting tons of hate who are denying the claims. Yeah, I think that's a completely appropriate reaction when people are having serious accusations being made against them. When people are being canceled. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad reaction at all. And you know, you might think to yourself, oh, well, of course those being accused are always gonna lie. Well, first off, all of them don't lie. Some of them do come forward and apologize, which that's another thing. I've seen Twitch has been banning certain people who have been accused of things in regards to this, sexual assault, rape. And to my knowledge, the people that have been banned on Twitch are people who have come out and confirmed these claims and apologized for them, which, by the way, just because you apologize does not justify your actions. I'm not saying that at all. But I do find it a little alarming if Twitch has so far only banned the people who have apologized for their past actions. Like, if all the streamers that Twitch has banned so far who have been accused of sexual abuse are people who have admitted to it and apologized, well, then that's just encouraging those accused to stay silent. Because if someone streams on Twitch and they're accused of sexual abuse, they might not want to come out and apologize for it, even if they are truly sorry, which again does not justify those actions. But they might just stay silent because they don't want to get hit with a ban. So yeah, I do kind of feel like that is a little bit of a slippery slope with how Twitch goes about banning these people who are accused of sexual assault. Like, it's one thing if someone screenshots some DMs or puts out a video that proves these people are guilty of these allegations, and then Twitch wants to ban them. That's one thing. But for Twitch to ban those who have come out and apologized and admitted that they are ashamed of the things they've done in the past, I do see that kind of being sending a little bit of a weird message. I see that encouraging people who are truly guilty, to stay silent. But anyways, some of the men being accused, they might truly be guilty and deny the claims. Say it's fake. It's a fake story. It's made up. Just to save their ass. That may very well happen, sure. But it's also very possible that some of these men being accused were truly falsely accused. And they're denying these claims, which are fake, which are lies. It's all fabricated. That's very possible too. And people need to acknowledge that. People are encouraging others to blindly believe, to just blindly believe these very serious accusations. People are fucking morons, man. I don't know what other way to put it. You're out of your goddamn mind. And I've also heard people argue, well, why would any women lie? What do they have to gain? Well, first off, whether I can tell you why or not is besides the point, because they can lie. Anybody can lie. All right? And honestly, it encourages people to lie about things that people don't expect them to lie about. So what's a reason that a woman would actually lie about something like this? Well, I don't know. Have you guys been seeing how when these women come out with their stories, have you seen how much attention and support they're met with? Whether their stories consist of any evidence or not, they're automatically met with so much comfort and support by many people. And you know, you'll have one guy who'll ask for some proof, and then everybody dog piles on him and says, oh, see, this is why they don't come out with their stories, because of you. Yeah, let's not acknowledge the other 99% of people who are actually supporting and comforting this person. Let's not pay any attention to them. Let's just pay attention to the one person who is asking for proof. And another obvious reason a woman might lie, as fucked up as it is, she doesn't like a particular person, puts out a story that consists of false accusations, and everybody automatically believes her. She doesn't need evidence, and they go and hate on this dude. Again, not saying everyone does that. I'm just saying that it's possible, and it's very, very important to be aware of that. Because the message we're sending right now is, like I said, to believe all women. Evidence or not, believe them and cancel the man being accused. That's the message we're sending. Evidence or not. Oh yeah, and real quick, this last reply to Summit's tweet that I want to take a look at is this gem right here from Moses. He says, good old Summit 1G, defending rape culture. What a positive influence this guy is. Defending rape culture. Summit said, innocent until proven guilty, unless it's the internet where we do things backwards. Defending rape culture? What the fuck did you read? Again, another guy who must have commented on the wrong tweet. He replied to the wrong one. Defending rape culture? Defending... I can't process it. I can't comprehend that tweet. What the fuck? What is he talking about? Defend... People assume. A lot of people assume. Everyone assumes things about others. And that's a problem. Clearly, Summit was not defending rape culture. That's so obvious to most of us, but not to everybody. And it's unfortunate. So, to close this video out, I want to make it real clear that I obviously do not approve of sexual abuse, of rape. These are terrible fucking things. Terrible fucking things. I am not saying every woman who tells their story is a liar. I'm not saying let's attack these women. Liar, you're a liar. You're not telling the truth. No, that's not what I'm fucking saying. What I'm saying is we can't cancel people. We can't just assume that these people are guilty of these accusations with no fucking evidence. That's bullshit. If you support canceling someone with no evidence just because somebody accused them of something with no proof, you're a piece of shit. I'm not being insensitive. I'm actually being sensitive to both sides of this. Y'all are being insensitive if you just want to believe things with no evidence. If you want to prosecute people without proof, y'all are the ones being fucking insensitive. These are serious allegations, and you're just going to believe someone's story with no evidence? Yeah, you're the ones not taking this fucking serious at all. If you were accused of something along these lines, then you would see the light. Then it would all make sense. Wait a minute. They want to cancel me and I did nothing wrong. Yeah. Then you'd fucking understand. We need to stop encouraging people to just take someone's word for it. To just believe them. With no receipts. Just believe them. Yeah, no. Not when it's this serious. Not when people's lives are being ruined. But like I said, it's not always a bad thing to believe someone, even if they don't have indisputable evidence to back up their claims. That's not always a bad thing. But when it's this serious, when people are being accused of rape and getting canceled, yeah, I think we need a little bit of evidence before we cancel these people. Not before we believe them. You can believe the victims, but before we direct all this hate towards those being accused, before we cancel them and ruin their fucking lives, there needs to be some fucking proof. If you have a problem with that, then you have a serious fucking problem. That is all. See you guys.